Welcome, new and old friends. My name is 242, and today is only one story. Kind of. See, it's multiple posts, but it's all from one throwaway account. It's about a 16-year-old guy who doesn't want to go over to his mother's house. It's an interesting journey that I hope you will take with me. So, grab yourself a tea or a coffee. Things are about to get interesting. My mom's boyfriend is a creep. Do I have to go to their place, custody agreement, or can I say no? Throw away because people know my username. My parents are divorced. I live with my dad. I'm supposed to go to my mom's every other weekend, but I don't want to go because her boyfriend is a creep. Can they force me to go? I'm 16. My bis L2 says, I'm going to make a few assumptions based on what the custody agreement says, but theoretically, it will say that your dad has to make you available to go to your mom's for your scheduled visits. He cannot deny her access to you. That said, it's highly unlikely there's anything that says you can't refuse to go, but in practice, your parents can still force you to go. Your best option here is to talk to your dad and tell him why you don't want to go. Contacting CPS is also an option, but they wouldn't likely be able to show up at your house and start an investigation tomorrow. Your dad would need to make it clear to your mom that he is not preventing you from going, and that it is your choice in order for him to be protected legally from the charge of violating custody agreement. I know that's a lot to ask you to take on, but you also need to stand up for yourself and you deserve to be comfortable and safe. This is really a hard situation. I really hope you talk to your dad, a school counselor, or CPS, because you shouldn't have to deal with this. Opie responded, I understand. I hope this is not going to get my dad in trouble. My mom is very difficult and will put his butt in court if she thinks he's preventing me to go. She has in the past when I was stupid and didn't want to go for other reasons, so he had to force me to go. I'm going to make it very clear it's my choice and I hope we don't end up in court. R/advice. Mom's boyfriend is a creep. Wants me to watch porn with him. I don't want to. I don't want to go to their place, but I have to because of custody agreement. Not sure how to tell my dad. I've had suggestions to report it to CPS, but that seems too much. What do I do? I am 16 male. My parents are divorced. I live with my dad, but the custody agreement says I must spend every other weekend with my mom. My mom's boyfriend is now living with her all the time. I don't like him. He's a creep who watches tons of porn and doesn't hide it. Twice last time I went, he told me to watch with him. He was like, all boys like this. I know you do too. Don't tell me you never watched. And so on. I don't want to do this. This is grossing me out. So I don't want to go to my mom's this weekend. Thing is, she'll be super ticked and she'll take it out on my dad. And maybe take him to court as she did once. I posted on r/legal advice and they tell me that I don't have to go if I can say that it's my choice and my dad is not telling me to go. But I don't know how to tell my dad. I'm not sure he'll believe me because in the past I have found excuses not to go to my mom's for silly reasons. But this time it's true. I'm not sure how to tell him. He had a lot going on lately and he's kinda overwhelmed. Not sure it's the best time. I was told the porn thing is abuse and to report it to CPS, but I think this is too much. My mom is a pain in the butt, but she doesn't deserve CPS, nor does my dad, who's never been abusive. So if someone has an idea, it will be appreciated. Thank you. Malaphone says, tell your dad. Get this guy in jail for showing porn to minors. Opie replied, would boyfriend go to jail for this? Malaphone replied again, I don't know for sure. It depends on where you live. As I said, I'm sorry you can't depend on either your parents. I don't know what you should do. Your parents should be helping you out. OP replied, my mom is useless, but my dad is alright. Not perfect, but not abusive. Will the police be involved? I have no evidence of him telling me to watch with him. It was just a conversation, and my mom wasn't around. Finch replied, please tell the police, because you are probably not the first or the last child he has done this to. Tell an adult, a teacher, call the police, or your dad. Help protect more people and report this creep. OP replied, okay, but I have no evidence to show. Honestly, going to the police is kind of terrifying me. Finch replied, again, this is not your problem. That is the police and the adult's job. What is the worst that will happen? No evidence to prove anything, but you will be allowed to pick where you live. It will be on the police record, so if he abuses again, I bet you he has before, and he will. There will be a report, and that's what really matters. OP replied, you're right, but that's still scary, and my mom is not the best mom at all, but that'll be hard for her anyway. Finch replied, it is so scary. It took me 20 years to come out with my truth. Look how fudging brave you are already for being able to say this out loud. I blocked a lot of horrible memories, and I don't want to scare you, but more truth/memories may come to the surface before the end of this. But everything in life that is worth it is a trial you need to work and push through. This will make you stronger. Even though my family didn't believe me and had horrible reactions, I felt free after hiding and burying this secret for years. I finally was able to move forward. Trust me, this will never leave you. You need to face this and conquer it. Even if no one believes you, I believe you, so you at least have me. I want you to not have to deal with this later, but no matter what, you will grow from this. Your mom will maybe be heartbroken over it, but think of it this way. She deserves to know who her boyfriend is. She is with a pedophile, and every child near them is in danger. She deserves to know who she's around, even if she chooses not to accept it. I know you are 16 and obviously have a great head on your shoulder. But as a survivor of child sexual abuse, as an adult, it is clear to see now adults who prey on teens are predators. He will not stop. And that is all the advice I'm going to read, and we're going to continue from here. R/advice. Update to not wanting to go to my mom's because her boyfriend is a creep. I didn't go to my mom's last night. I was trying to waste time. I couldn't find the courage to tell my dad. So he was like, what now? We have talked about this. Please don't be difficult. And so on. So I did as you people told me, and I told him this time was different. And I was scared because my mom's creepy boyfriend. First, he asked me if I was sure I was not making this up because I've lied in the past. But then he believed me, and he was disgusted. Then he dropped me off at my aunt's, his sister, because he wanted to go and confront the guy and my mom. He was very angry. Thankfully, my aunt and uncle stopped him, and he stayed with us, but he was like crazy. It was a crazy night. My dad and my aunt and my uncle were all over me like, has he touched you? And everything. They asked me 100 times what he did and if he had abused me and everything. When I said I was fine, they didn't believe me, and they said it's okay to tell us it's not your fault and so on. In the end, they believed me that he had just tried to make me watch porn. My mom called me and my dad a dozen times to ask why I wasn't at her place yet, and he went crazy on her. He told her I don't want to go and he wouldn't make me, so as usual she was like, you're gonna pay for this, and they had a shouting match when he told her what happened. They fought for an hour at least. I heard my dad call her names, which he never does. It was way worse than their usual fights. She didn't believe him, called me a liar that badly needs to be disciplined, but he said she won't be seeing me as long as she doesn't ditch the creeper, and she better not try anything, because if she does, he'll report them. My dad says from now on, I'm staying all the time with him. My aunt will lend him money for the lawyer to go to court and try to change the custody agreement. Also, after everyone calmed down, I was so relieved. I told my dad I love him. I don't tell him often. And I promised that I will be a better son and behave. I said it in front of my aunt and uncle, so they will hold me to it. Thank you, everyone, for your advice. Telling my dad was the right thing to do. And from here, we're going to continue on the tale. R/legal advice. Can my mom stop paying child support because I don't want to go to her place? I'm 16. My parents got divorced when I was 4. The custody agreement is that I live with my dad and go to my mom's every other weekend. There was an issue with my mom's boyfriend, and now my dad has decided I won't be going anymore, and that's what I want. I didn't go this weekend as planned, and she's mad about it. She has texted me that from now on, she stops paying child support since I don't go anymore. She says now she doesn't have to spend money on me since I'm not going to see her. I'm not her responsibility anymore. Thing is, my dad really needs that money. He works hard, but we're not doing that well financially. Can she do this? Thank you. I'm in Ohio, if that matters. Dear Spinny says, child support is not an access fee. It's a measure to share the burden of raising a child. Even if your mother had no rights to see you at all for some reason, she still owes support if a court has ordered her to pay it. Your father can and should go through the state's Office of Child Support to enforce the support order. He should also ensure that he complies with orders regarding visitation, which may mean making you available to her for scheduled times, whether you like it or not. Your dad should not encourage the breakdown of your relationship with your mother or violating his half of their custody order. That's all I'm going to read here, and we're just going to continue on the story. R/legal advice. Update. Can my mom stop paying child support because I don't want to go to her place? Many people were worried about me, so here's an update. I'm safe at my dad's place. My dad just talked to a lawyer on the phone about custody. The lawyer told him to file an emergency custody. He said it shouldn't be difficult to get full custody in these circumstances. And since I'm 16, I can be heard if I say that's what I want. So I'll be safe, and they can't make me go to my mom's, and she can't stop paying child support. My mom also texted me that she believes me. That usually doesn't happen. I'm glad she did this time. I'm surprised that she did, actually. She confronted her boyfriend, and he said he talked to me about porn, but he wasn't aware that would be a problem. She pretended he's apologizing. I'm not sure of that, to be honest. She won't be kicking him out, so for the time being, I won't be going to her place. I'm tired of her drama anyways. My aunt made me promise I will talk to the school counselor when the school reopens. She says what happened is not normal and I need to talk to someone, and that will do me some good anyways. I'm not sure I want to do that, but I promised, so I will. This was a difficult moment for me, and I was very worried, but you people helped me about the custody and child support and all. And that made it easier, so a big thank you. Actually, I showed my post to my dad this morning, and that was easier than telling him certain things. Before he was saying that Reddit is a waste of time, now maybe he'll change his mind. This is not all, my friends. Let's continue. R/legal advice. Does my mom have the right to sell my stuff against my will and keep the money? I'm 16. Hi people, I'm sorry to bother you yet again. I have a new question and you helped me out last time, so here I am. So my parents are divorced and I'm living with my dad. Custody agreement is that I go with my mom every other weekend. There was an incident with her creepy boyfriend, so now I don't want to go anymore, and my dad says I don't need to. We're going to go to court to change the custody agreement, but right now, it's a mess with the pandemic. My mom says she won't pay child support, but you guys told me she can't do that, so it's okay. But right now, she's very mad at me and my dad because I won't go to her place. But I won't go as long as her boyfriend stays there for sure. She wants to punish me for not going, so she's selling my stuff that I left at her place, and throwing away or donating some of the things that are mine. I left some clothes at her place, and now she has sent me a video of her putting them in the trash. Those were not my favorite clothes, but still, I bought them with my dad, so it was his money. I left a console and games in my room at her place, and she says she's going to sell them, and they are on eBay. I bought this with money I earned helping my uncle with painting their home and money my grandfather gave me for birthdays, so it really is mine. I think this is unfair. Does she really have the right to do this? Maybe I can prove her it's illegal and she will stop. Edit. Forgot to say that she's texting me all day, calling me a liar, and she says she's going to tell everyone she knows that I'm a bad person and a liar. Is this harassment? Maisie D says, document this as well as you can. This is not going to look good for your mother when the custody agreement is reconsidered. OP replied, yes, I'm keeping the videos and the messages she sent me. She's texting me like 50 times a day. She's always been a bit aggressive, but now it looks like she's completely mad. Cat who walks by himself says, if you want to stay with your dad, first time, all of this is gift wrapping present for you. She's practically begging the courts to do as you want anyways. So even though losing those things may be a bit annoying, she's ultimately been helping you because of her kindly sending you videos and texts and stuff. Make sure you make up backup copies of everything. The last thing you need is your phone to die and lose all the evidence. And we are not done yet, my friends. Let us continue. R/legal advice. Please help, I'm 16. My mom just called the cops on my dad saying he's abusing me, but he didn't do anything wrong. They're going to come back and I don't know what to do. I asked a question here yesterday, and thanks for the help received, but now the situation has changed for the worse. My mom has called the cops on my dad because I'm not visiting, and I'm freaking out and I don't know what to do. She's sending hundreds of texts every day, and in some she said she would call the police and CPS on my dad, but I didn't believe her. But she did it for real. I was home alone because my dad had left for work. I was just out of bed, and there was a knock at the door, and it was the police. They said they had a report that my dad is abusing me and locking me up inside the house so I can't visit my mom. It's not true at all. She's the one who's harassing me, and there's a good reason I don't want to visit. It's because her boyfriend wants me to watch porn with him, and I don't want to. I told them many times it's my idea not to go, but I'm not sure they believed me. My mom says she has started telling everyone she knows that I'm a liar, so I'm sure she told them too. They asked if it's true that my dad doesn't want me to visit her, and I said yes, but that's because I asked him. Usually he'd make me go, but now we're going to go to court to change the custody agreement. Anyways, I've been told that I'm old enough, 16, to decide if I visit or not. They wanted to talk to my dad, but it's not like he can just leave work in the middle of the day. I showed them the text she sent me where she threatened to call them. They left, but they will be back to talk to my dad. Now I'm freaking out. I don't want him arrested. He's done nothing wrong. My mom was always difficult, but she was not that bad, but now she's going crazy and she wants to hurt us. First the text and destroying and selling my property, now this. I called my dad at work, but he can't come back now. They're already short-staffed. I'm so terrified now I don't know what to do. I'm sure she's going to lie and my dad is going to be in trouble, but he's done nothing wrong. What should I do if the police come back? I'm not going to bother reading you the comments because it's very simple. The police need to talk to the dad because the police need to talk to the dad. They have to get his side of the story. They've got the moms, the sons, and now they need the dads. That's just as simple. So let's continue. There's 2 more stories and then we're done this epic journey, my friends. r/legal advice. Update to last post. Mom called the cops on my dad, who did nothing wrong. My mom and her boyfriend were arrested last night. So the police came back yesterday to talk to my dad. I was terrified there would be a problem, but he kept his calm and told them I was the one who didn't want to go to my mom's. He told them that my mom has been harassing me for weeks and destroyed my stuff, just like I told them. But he also told them what her creepy boyfriend did and why I don't want to go to my mom's house. I'm not sure I wanted them to know, but that's how it is. They said I was right to avoid him. Then they left. I didn't know it, but after that, they went to my mom's to talk to her and her boyfriend, it seems. I don't know what they told her, but she started yelling and then her stupid boyfriend pushed a cop and they arrested him. And then my mom tried to get the cop off her boyfriend, so they arrested her too, it seems. I know this because it was in front of her house and the neighbor's son that I know well called me to tell me. I don't know if they're in jail, but she stopped texting me, so maybe? My dad says this is not my problem anymore and there is nothing we can do and to just let it go. But I feel really bad and I just can't stop thinking about it. My mom is not the best mom, but I never imagined she'd be arrested one day. Thanks for helping me yesterday. I never thought it would come to this, but that's how it is now. And there's one more that puts an icing on this cake. r/legal advice. Update. My dad finally got full custody. I won't have to go to my mom's anymore, and her boyfriend is in jail on drug charges. Hi, r/legal advice. Just an update to my post to say that after all the crazy things that went down, my dad finally got full custody of me. Meaning I won't have to go to my mom's anymore, if I don't want to. She's out of jail now. I don't know if she got reduced charges or whatever, or if it's because of COVID, but she was released. She's on probation, I think. I don't know all the details. Her boyfriend is in jail for drug charges and hitting a cop. Probably she's going to ditch him now, I hope. She started doing drugs because of him. I really hope she stays clean now that her boyfriend is gone for some time. She also stopped threatening over child support and the rest. I don't have to see her now, and frankly, it's great to be free of the drama. It's good for my dad too. He's been a lot more relaxed since we don't have to deal with her anymore. My mom still messages me sometimes, but that's it. Sometimes I answer, sometimes I don't. Anyways, things are going better for me now, so it's good. Last but never least, my thoughts. First, I want to say I really enjoyed reading this story, and I do hope you enjoyed listening to it. It's one of the few times on legal advice, maybe really on Reddit, where you get to see how something starts, the middle, and even the end. It was very interesting just from that part. I am very proud of OP realizing the situation felt off. A grown man asking a teenager to watch porn with them? Not good. I would have to say, not good. OP didn't know what to do, so he got advice, which is great. I'm also very proud that they found the courage to tell their dad what was going on. Though the dad did not believe them at first due to past problems, he did in the end, which gives the father many points, and I do believe they have a good father. Now, I do have to disagree about their mother. OP kept saying that she's not a great mother, but no, OP. You have said a few times that she's never believed you and that she took your dad to court to make you go see her. Why didn't you want to go see her? Oh, the drama maybe? It seems you never really liked your mother all that much, and maybe, OP, you're starting to see that. I really hope his mother never talks to that boyfriend again, stays off the drugs, and maybe tries to mend her relationship with her son. Only time will tell, and of course, we'll never know. That's all my thoughts, and like I said before, this was a very interesting story to me, and I hope you feel the same. So, what do you think? Tell me down below. If you enjoyed this journey with me, then hit that like button and make sure it feels it. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any more stories. Wait, what was that too? What do you mean 42 is missing? Oh, this is not good.
Where? What's this? Hello, darling. We're going to read the midnight paper together, and you'll enjoy this opportunity I've gifted you, or else? Well, can't see anything wrong with that. I'm always game to tell a story over on my channel, Silver Threads. Thank you all for listening. I'll see you next time with another story.